When you're buying a house, school district matters. If you're considering a move to the Dallas-Fort Worth area and you want to make sure your kids are in the best school district, then this is the video for you. And for those of you who don't have kids, I'm sure you've heard that school districts can affect home values. That's because many parents are willing to pay a premium to get their kids into the best school districts. So even if you don't have kids, you may want to consider purchasing a home in one of these top school districts. In this video, we'll be covering what an average 3 to 4 bedroom home with 2 or more bathrooms located in each of the top 10 DFW school districts will cost you, including both purchase price as well as estimated monthly payment. My name is Michael. I own a local real estate brokerage here in the Dallas area. And if you're looking to move, whether it's next week or next year, I'd love to connect. I've helped every one of these yellow dots find their little piece of Texas, and I'd love to help you too. Just call, text, or shoot me an email. All that info is in the description below. Okay, for our school rankings today, we'll be looking at niche.com. We're going to be starting out with number 10 and work our way up to number 1, so make sure you watch until the end. First up at number 10 is Plano ISD. As you can see here on the map, Plano is north of Richardson, just straight up Highway 75, and it's about 20.1 miles away. You can also see, looking at this map, that Plano ISD extends into several other cities. It actually spans 9 cities, including Plano, Richardson, Murphy, Dallas, Garland, Allen, Lucas, Parker, and Wylie. So it's a huge school district. Okay, so moving on to the housing stats, and again, all I'm looking at are homes that are 3 to 4 bedrooms, 2 or more bathrooms, and I also added the criteria that they have to have smaller than a 0.3 acre lot so we don't get some that are very expensive, because again, we're looking for the average home, which typically is not going to have a larger lot like that. So you want to look at this bottom row, and this includes anything that's active, anything that's under contract, anything pending, and anything that closed within the last 90 days. So if we look at the median of all of that data, you would be looking at a 4-bedroom, 3-bath house, 2 of which are full baths, so you could say 2.5 bath, 2,387 square feet, 0.21 acres, at a price of $510,000. And I also want you to see that around here, you'd be expecting a house built around 1985, as well as the days on market is only 14, so still a very hot market. Okay, moving on to the numbers. If you wanted to put 5% down on this house, the calculator is estimating your monthly is going to be around $4,364. Your cash to close is going to be around $36,000. And if you want to put 20% down, your monthly payment is down to $37.31, and your cash to close is estimated around $112,000. Okay, moving on to number 9. This is Wylie, Texas. Wylie is far northeast of Dallas. It has 2 Great Lakes to keep you entertained, and actually this is pretty much the outskirts of Dallas County. Once you get right past here, you're now in Rockwall County. Here's an outline of the Wylie district on the map. You can see it's just east of Plano. Wylie has 11 elementary schools, 7 middle schools, and 2 high schools. Alright, moving on to the housing data. Immediately you can see, compared to Plano, which was in the 700s, there's about half the number of transactions happening over here. The average house you'll be looking at is going to be a 4-bed, 3 full baths, so 2.5 bath, 2,397 square feet, 0.193 acre lot, priced around $474,000, and built in 2011. There are a lot of newer build communities around here. There are a lot still being built as well. Okay, moving on to your estimated pricing. If you were to put 5% down, your estimated cash to close would be around $34,000. Your monthly payment is estimated around $4,163. And if you wanted to put 20% down, here you're looking close to $105,000 cash to close, and your monthly goes down to $35.75. Okay, moving on to number 8. Now we have Allen, Texas. You can see it's just north of Plano, about 26.3 miles from downtown Dallas. Here is the outline of the school district. It has 18 elementary schools, 3 middle schools, and 1 giant high school with a separate 9th grade campus. It's actually the largest high school in the state of Texas and has over 5,300 students. Okay, here are the stats of all the homes zoned to the Allen ISD school district. What you'd be looking at is a 4-bed, 3 bath, 2 of which are full baths, so 2.5, 2,357 square feet, a 0.17 acre lot, for $492,000. Median days on market is only 15, and you'd be looking at a 1999 build. For that median home there in the Allen ISD, if you want to put 5% down, you're looking at about $41.61 a month with $34,000 to $35,000 cash to close. And at 20% down, you'd be looking at around $108,000 cash to close and $35.52 a month. All right, moving on to number 7. This is Prosper ISD. As you can see, Prosper, Texas is even further north than we've been. And from Dallas, it's about 37.4 miles. But if you live all the way up in Prosper, chances are most of the things you're going to be doing are in Frisco. So don't be too scared, unless of course you're working in Dallas, but there are also a lot of employment opportunities in Frisco as well. Prosper is actually one of the fastest growing cities in North Texas. It's super nice. Everything is new, and like I said, your life will most likely consist of just doing things around Frisco, which Frisco is quickly becoming a major North Texas city, but everything is like brand new. I don't know how else to say it other than super nice. To give you an idea of how much it's blown up, I remember a client I got under contract there on a new build under, maybe it was like a $490,000 price point, and by the time it was completed a year later, it appraised for like $730,000 or something in 1 year. That's how quickly Prosper is growing. So Prosper ISD has 12 elementary schools, 4 middle schools, and 1 high school, with the second one being opened later this year. All right, looking at the stats, if you want to buy the average home here, you're looking at a 4-bed, 4-bath, 3 of which are full. So a 4-bed, 3.5, 2979 square feet, 0.17 acres, $690,000. I will say this days on market is probably a little misleading because a lot of these are new builds that they'll list them and then they'll be listed for like a year until they're actually completed and sold. But the big thing here is you can expect your home to be built in 2021. So still very much a new build, even if you buy now. All right, looking at the numbers, if you want to put 5% down on the average home here in Prosper, you're looking at around $47,000 cash to close, with a monthly payment around $56.45. And if you're putting 20% down, it's going to be about $150 cash to close, and your monthly is going to be around almost $4,800. But again, you're getting essentially a new build, which is something you don't get in most of these other areas. Okay, moving on to Highland Park ISD. This one is highly sought after. It's as close to Dallas as you're going to get. I don't even need to show you how long the drive time is because you can see this is Dallas. You're just in Dallas. You're right here next to Love Field Airport. So this area is called the Park Cities area. It's comprised of Highland Park and University Park. University Park, of course, being built around the SMU campus. And the Park Cities area is actually its own municipality separate from Dallas. It has its own police department, its own fire department, obviously its own school district, but it's one of the most expensive areas in Dallas. It's a very exclusive, very small school district. It only has 5 elementary schools, 2 middle schools, and just 1 high school. Okay, looking at the stats, if you want a home here in the Highland Park ISD area, again, remember this is capped at 3 to 4 bedrooms. In this area, we could probably expand the parameters a little, but I still think this is pretty representative looking at the price. You'd be looking at a 4-bed, 4.5 bath home, around 3,889 square feet, 0.189 acres, for about $2.2 million. And even here, the median days on market is only 11. And a lot of these, of course, are older homes that have been remodeled. So you'd probably be looking at something built around 1989. At this price point, financing is obviously totally different than the others because conventional loans don't go this high. So what I did here was a 6% interest rate, whereas the rest of the time I've been doing a 6.5% interest rate because typically jumbo loans are priced a little better and I'm only giving a 20% down option. So at 20% down, you could expect $482,000 cash to close, and your monthly is going to be around the $15,500. But again, at this price point, you have so many different loan options that I don't even know if this is helpful. Moving on to number 5, this is the Grapevine Colleyville ISD. I do a weekly market update covering all of Dallas County, and these 2 cities are always in the top 10 hottest cities of all 84 Dallas zip codes. So it's a very competitive market here. As you can see, you're about 23 miles to the west of Dallas, right off of Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. So if you love traveling, this is an easy place for you to live. You've got quick access there to Grapevine Lake. You can see here the outline of the school district. Here's the lake, here's the airport. And a fun fact for you, I once heard that the Dallas-Fort Worth Airport surface area is larger or as large as the island of Manhattan. Don't quote me on that. This school district has 11 elementary schools, 5 middle schools, and 5 high schools. Looking at the numbers for the average house here, you'd be looking at a 3-bed, 2.5 bath home, around 2,286 square feet, 0.189 acre lot, for a price around $529,000, and as you can see here, the median days on market is only 7. So this is basically at lists. People see it for 2 days, it goes to multiple offers, they set a deadline, and then it closes. You can also see here you would be expecting a home built around 1989. Okay, looking at your expected payments. If you want to put 5% down, you're looking around $38,000 cash to close and just under $4,600 a month. If you put 20% down, you're looking at $117,500 cash to close and around $39.31 monthly payment. So this is actually one of the more affordable markets, but it's very competitive. You need to be willing to be in a multiple offer situation. And just to give you an idea of how few homes there are to choose from in this market, there are currently only 21 active homes zoned to this school district. All right, moving on to number 4, this is Frisco, Texas. You can see that it's about 28.2 miles from Dallas, but truly, if you live in Frisco, you're not coming to Dallas for much. Frisco is the next big thing in the DFW area. It has a ton to offer, which I'm not going to get into in this video, but I will be making videos in the future all about Frisco, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss those. Frisco is home to 6 professional sports teams, of course, including the Dallas Cowboys. They also just opened up a new PGA golf course with a lot of homes being built around it that everyone's excited about. It has an enormous public library with dinosaur skeletons. My son loves that library, and he's a toddler. Just look at this image I found on the internet of the dinosaur skeleton. That's in a library in Frisco. Frisco has 43 elementary schools, 17 middle schools, and 10 high schools. So it's a newer city, but it blew up very quickly. It has everything you would expect in a major city, but it's much newer and nicer. All right, moving on to the numbers. If you want to live here, you're looking at a 4-bed, 2.5 bath home, 2,683 square feet, 0.16 acres for a price of $600,000. Again, the market in all of these areas is super hot. Only 13 days on market is the median, and you would expect it to be built around 2005. So much newer than a lot of these other cities. If you wanted to put 5% down on this house, you'd be looking about 42 grand cash to close and just over $5,000 as your monthly payment. At 20% down, you're looking at about 132,000 cash to close. Monthly payment just over 4,300. All right, now we're entering the top three. We're starting with number 3, that is Coppell ISD. It's about 22.2 miles from Dallas. You can see it's just north of DFW International Airport. So here's the Coppell School District, and as you can see, it's just east of the Grapevine School District we just covered. Coppell ISD has 11 elementary schools, 3 middle schools, and 4 high schools. Close to the airport, close to the lake, not far from downtown, very hot market, as I've said. All right, moving on to the numbers. The average home you're going to be looking at is actually going to be a 3-bed over here, 2.5 bath as well, 2187 square feet, 0.178 acres, 525,000, built in 1990, and a median of 12 days on market. So again, just be prepared for multiple offers. All right, if you're looking at the average home here in Coppell ISD, you can expect a monthly payment around $46,46. Nice. And cash to close somewhere in the $37,000, $38,000 range. If you want to put 20% down, you're looking at $116,000 cash to close and just under $4,000 on your monthly payment. Up next is number 2, and this is Lovejoy ISD, which also happened to be the first 2 fruits of the Spirit. So as you can see on the map, it's only about 33.3 miles to Lucas, Texas, which I figure is kind of the center of that school district. But it's pretty hard to get to. It takes a long time because there's no major highways that go up there. But that's also kind of the reason that people move to Lucas, Texas. They want to get away from stuff and they want to have some land. So it kind of works for them. Here's the map of the school district. It does cover some of these smaller towns up here, which do have new build communities at lower price points. But for this specific scenario, I'm actually removing the 0.3 acre or less criteria that I've had on the whole time because a lot of people do move here specifically for the large 1 acre lot. So we're actually going to look at this school district in 2 ways. One with the large 1 acre lots, and one if you really do want to stick to a 0.3 acre or less. Okay, looking at the numbers, if I do remove the lot restriction, you can see that the median lot does come out to 1 acre in this school district. You'd be looking at a 4-bed, 3.5 bath, 3288 square feet, median 24 days on market, and it would probably be a 2001 build. And this $933,000 price point, this is going to be closer to this lake. It's probably going to be in this area, and then up here are kind of the smaller homes. So again, this price point is out of the conventional loan limits at 5% down, so I'm only doing 20% down here, and I'm doing it at a 6% rate since it'll probably be a jumbo. But you could expect to bring $200,000 cash to close. Your monthly payment will be just over $6,000. Now, if I do add back that criteria of being less than a 0.3 acre lot, you can see there's only 11 homes total. 10 are closed and only 1 is active. But if you're looking for a home that's not a 1 acre lot, you'd be looking at a 3-bed, 2.5 bath, 2674 square feet, 0.18 acres for $637,000, and it would be a 2004 build. And as you can see, this market is a lot hotter than the larger homes were at only 10 median days on market. And if you wanted to buy one of those homes around that $637,000 mark at a 5% down, 6.5 rate, you'd be looking at around $44,000 cash to close and just under $5,500 as your monthly payment. All right, we're finally on the home stretch looking at the number 1 rated school district in all of the DFW area. This is Carroll ISD. Right in the heart of it would be Southlake, Texas, so I mapped us here. It's about 26.8 miles from Dallas. We've been talking about this area already, right next to the DFW airport, just south of the lake. Here's the school district on a map. This is Southlake. You can see it's right next to Grapevine, which is one of the other top rated. It covers Southlake, some Grapevine, Westlake, Trophy Club, Keller. All right, looking at the numbers here, you would be expecting a 3-bedroom, 3.5 bathroom, 2,984 square feet, 0.205 acres, just north of $1 million. And it says here the median days on market is 36, but I don't think that's accurate. I'll explain why in a second. And you could expect it to be built around 2005. The reason I don't think this number is accurate is because I have experience in this market and it's just as hot as all the other ones we've covered. And if you look at the data here, you can see that in the last 90 days, there's only 56 properties to look at. So when you have things like this one that's active contingent with 227 days on market, this one that's pending at 239 days on market. So in a tiny market like this where there's only 23 active properties, when you have a couple of houses up there at 300 days on market, it really skews the data up. So I would not trust this 36. This is a difficult market to get a home in. So again, I didn't do a 5% down option here because you're over $1 million. Conventional conforming doesn't go there, but at a 20% down, a 6% rate, you're looking at $225,000 to close and around $7,500 monthly payment. Well, that is it for today's, guys. What a long video. Next time I'm going to have to do a top 5. But as you can see, you can be in a top-rated DFW school district in an average home for anywhere from $475,000 all the way up to the millions. So plenty of options for you. Once again, if you're looking to make a move in the DFW area, whether it's next week or next year, I'd love to connect. Call, text, shoot me an email. All that info is in the description below. And what I'd like to know from you is, other than school district, what is another important criteria that would help you choose the area you want to live in? Let me know in the comments below so I can make more videos that are relevant to you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.